Welcome into the Michigan Football Report Monday Rapid Rumors Roundup Edition. We've got a lot of news for you. 9 rumors we're going to address today. I am James T. Yoder. Let's get started with quarterback commitment. Kevin Doyle, has he decommitted from Michigan? Well, folks, as you see on screen, F-A-C-K, fact. Now, Doyle has been committed to Michigan for a long time, but it was very curious on December 19th, the day before signing day, when news broke that he was going to wait until February to sign with the rest of his high school teammates. At the time, Jet Sports' Tom Downey and I, the next day on signing day, said, that seems really suspicious. We don't believe it for a second either. He was being processed by Michigan, not offered scholarship, offered a gray shirt, or he wanted to look elsewhere. It seemed it was kind of a bit of the latter two. He was asked a gray shirt. We can confirm that. And then as such, he started looking elsewhere. Wasn't too interested with that. Have just heard in the last few hours he will decide on signing day this week, 2 days from now, between Arizona or Colorado State. Our pick right now, he's going to head to Arizona, play for new coach Kevin Sumlin. Got more quarterback news coming at it right now. Second rumor of the day is there been an Air Force quarterback coming to Michigan? Well, this one looks like it's an FACK because we're calling it one. FACK on this. We've got a quarterback, 2018 QB Max Wittwer from the state of Michigan's been committed to Air Force for a while. Once Doyle seemed like he was not going to come to Michigan, coaches knew about it from a few days. They offered him a preferred walk-on that could turn to a scholarship down the line. Now, I would think if he's going to turn down an academic scholarship to Air Force, is what they give as a military academy, he would be promised something, some sort of aid from Michigan. He will get in-state tuition being from the state, but this will be the second quarterback in the 2018 class to go with quarterback Joe Milton from the state of Florida. So look at Max Wittwer if you want to pull up the internets and check out his film. He will be at Michigan, gave his commitment just in the last 24 hours, spurning Air Force coming to Michigan. Do we have more quarterback news? Let's get to rumor number 3. New quarterback commitment coming? Well, I'm going to say it's pretty likely, folks. We're giving a 3 Harbaugh Head 2019 commitment, though. A guy who won't be able to sign with Michigan until December of this year, about 9 months from now, 10 months from now. So the man's name is Sam Johnson. He is a junior from the state of Michigan, Walled Lake, Michigan, 6'4", 195. Only listed as a 3-star prospect, not rated by any of the scouting services in their top 250, top 300 or so. So more of a project, more of a sleeper at this point. Apparently Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan coaching staff, most notably Pep Hamilton, have been recruiting him for about 6 months, made him an offer in the last 7 days, and it sounds like he is going to come to campus with his dad as early as this weekend to give their commitment to Michigan. So that's a 3 Harbaugh Head one. What does the 3 Harbaugh Heads mean? What is this rumor meter from Chat Sports? So we'll tell you, 0 Harbaugh Heads, folks, totally false. Fake news! If we give it 1 Harbaugh Head, that means there's a small shred of truth. It could happen, but more than likely, we're not giving it much credibility. Probably not going down. 2 Harbaugh Heads. People are talking. They out here saying we could go either way, 50-50. 3 Harbaugh Heads means it's pretty likely either sources we know or reputable folks out there in the Michigan reporting world have reported this like it's going to happen. And if we give it the 4 Harbaugh Heads, folks, F-A-C-K, that is a fact. It's going down. Chat Sports is 4 Harbaugh Head rumor-o-meter. Let's talk a little bit about this show. What do you want us to report on more frequently? If you like the recruiting stuff that we're doing a little bit to start the show today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up right now on screen. Just tap that bad boy a couple times. Let the thumbs fly across the screen. If you want to focus on current team stuff, some Shea Patterson rumors, who's getting benched, who might be leaving the team, go ahead and hit the heart. Watch the hearts fly across the screen. We'll dictate the show going forward on what you guys want from the Michigan Football Report. On to rumor number 4. Do we have a new 2018 commitment? We sure do. This is a 4 Harbaugh Heads, folks, F-A-C-K, but he's nothing that's going to win games by any means. This is a preferred walk-on that will likely turn into a scholarship down the line. So the gentleman's name is Jake Moody. He is from the state of Michigan. He is coming into Michigan's class as a preferred walk-on, potentially a gray shirt. Might not even be on the field until, might not even enroll at Michigan until January of 2019 after the 2018 season. That is still up in the air, but has been on campus a number of times. We see him here taking the photo on the field with another Michigan kicker that we all know. So will gray shirt most likely. Eventually, though, he has been given a scholarship offer down the line. So think 2019, 2020 down the line, he will be the scholarship kicker that Michigan fans will want to get to know. All right, on to number 5. Why did Kevin Doyle not get a scholarship? Why is this quarterback, this kicker commit not coming for another year and a half? Well, People are talking out there that there's a scholarship crunch in 2018. Let's give that a 2 Harbaugh head. I don't know. I'm not inside these walls anymore. They're not letting me in the meetings. But there are 90 commitments, 90 scholarships committed for the 2018 season. That means that Michigan, if they bring anybody else, let's say offensive grad transfer Calvin Anderson, anybody else commits in this final stretch of recruiting over the next 48 hours, that adds to that number. That means Michigan has to see 5 players either not have the grades to make it to Michigan, one of these recruits, or 5 guys leave the program completely. So as of now, people are talking. I'm not inside the building. I'm not sure which 5 fifth-year players won't come back, what underclassmen may transfer after spring practice. But as of now, a lot of people chatting out there that Michigan's having to turn guys away, maybe some lower-rated players, because they don't have any scholarships left for 2018. On to number 6. Does Michigan have a new offensive coach? Well, people are talking. I can't give it any credence either way, but the man's name is Tanner Engstrand. Awesome name, an all-time classic there. Been a Jim Harbaugh protege from way back in the day. Played under Harbaugh in 2004 at University of San Diego. Stayed on as a grad transfer in 05 and 06, and was the running backs coach in 2007 after Harbaugh had gone to Stanford. But the star running back of that team was one J.T. Rogan, friend of Chat Sports, who is now Jim Harbaugh's right-hand man for the past 2 years in Ann Arbor. Basically the COO of the operations side of the Michigan football program, not the coaching side or anything like that. So a guy Harbaugh knows, coached him, coached with him, and then coached the guy that Jim Harbaugh trusts most these days, J.T. Rogan. So a lot of smoke out there, but I don't want to promise anything. We're giving it 2 Harbaugh heads. Keep an eye out for this one. Now, will not be coming in as an official coach, would come in as an offensive analyst, one of these position analyst coaches that eventually could get a role on the 10-man Michigan coaching staff. But if he came, would likely be with a small salary bump, I'm guessing, and the promise of, if you do good, wide receivers coach, quarterback coach, whichever it is, maybe running backs coach on the line, could come free. You'll be next in line. All right, I want to hear from you guys. How many regular season games will Michigan win in 2018? Let's get this bad boy going in the comments. Let me know what you think. Now, Michigan will play 12 regular season games. Some really, really high-quality opponents listed in that 12. They've got road trips to Ohio State, to Michigan State. They had on the road to start the year at Notre Dame in South Bend at a night game on September 1st, and they also host Penn State and Wisconsin. That is potentially 5 top 15 teams. Now, I don't know if Notre Dame will be that highly ranked with all the talent they lost, plus some coaches they've lost this year. But I want to know from you, how many regular season games will Michigan win in 2018? As of right now, not knowing anything about Shea Patterson, I'm going to go with a solid 10. If Patterson wows in spring practice, I may be willing to bump that up. If he is not eligible in 2018, I'm going to bump that down 1 or 2 notches. So I'm giving it 10. I am James Yoder. Follow me on Twitter at James T. Yoder, the Michigan Football Insider. I'm hanging here in the Chat Sports Michigan Wall of Champions, hanging out with my main man, Desmond Howard, over my shoulder here. On to rumor number 7. Is Ed Warinner the new offensive line coach at Michigan? Well, I don't know here, but there is a lot of smoke trending that direction. So we're going to give it 3 Harbaugh heads. That it's pretty likely he is going to be the offensive line coach. So if that happens, it will mean this. It'll mean that Tim Drevno most likely will focus exclusively as offensive coordinator, give up offensive line responsibilities altogether. Warinner, known as one of the best offensive line coaches in all of football, but has struggled at multiple stops, most notably Kansas and then Ohio State as offensive coordinator, got fired from both those roles after successful stints as O-lineman coach prior. So Warinner likely comes in at Michigan's biggest position of need in 2018 and even going back 9 years, the offensive line. Some people, most notably Ohio State writers and pundits, have called him the best offensive line coach in America. He was on Minnesota's staff this past season as the offensive line coach. I highly doubt he leaves an actual coaching position to come to Michigan without promise of that job. So if it happens, it'll probably happen within the next few weeks, maybe even right after signing day on Wednesday, so we'll keep an eye out for that. But I would give this 75% chance, potentially trending higher, that Warinner is going to get that 10th position on the Michigan football coaching staff. And now on to rumor number 8. Do we have a new grad assistant coach in Ann Arbor? We do, and it's a name that Michigan fans should recognize very easily. 4 Harbaugh heads on this one. His name is Allen Gant. Played in Ann Arbor from 2012 to 2015. Of course, came on under Brady Hoke. Was given played 1 year under Jim Harbaugh in 2015. Something to note: he was denied a 5th year of eligibility by Jim Harbaugh's coaching staff. We call this being processed as a fifth year for the 2016 season. He wanted to stick around. Harbaugh said, we don't have a scholarship for you. Not sure what he did the last 2 years. Honestly, I did a little bit of research, couldn't find it out. We'll know more for you on Wednesday's signing day show. But Gant is joining the program. Let me read you his exact title. He will be a defensive and special teams assistant grad coach at the University of Michigan. His stats: 18 games at Michigan as a reserve linebacker, 79 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, an interception, and 3 pass breakups. All right, we all watched the Super Bowl last night. Rumor number 9, and this is more for the people who fell asleep yesterday and never woke up and watched the Super Bowl, was wondering what happened. How did Tom Brady lose? Did a Michigan man deny Tom Brady his 6th Super Bowl ring? That is an FACK. If you didn't watch, if you didn't see what happened here, it is Michigan great Brandon Graham coming off the edge, knocking the ball out of Tom Brady's hand, and really kind of securing likely victory for the Eagles. Now the Patriots would have one more shot after this, mostly a bunch of hurry-up plays and a Hail Mary at the end, but they had 2+ minutes when this play happened. Brandon Graham knocked the ball out of Brady's hands, and for all real intents and purposes, that was the ball game, because the Eagles were able to run a bit of time off the clock, made the Patriots waste all of their timeouts, and when they got the ball back with about a minute left, they just didn't have enough time to move the ball down the field, only got to the 50 and threw it up for a Hail Mary. So Brandon Graham, another Michigan man, wins a Super Bowl, saves the day for the Eagles, and he is going to get his ring. Played in Michigan 07, 08, and 09. All right, that is your Michigan football rumors roundup here in the Michigan Football Report. My name is James Yoder. Follow me on Twitter for all things Michigan football. And yes, I am the Michigan Football Insider. We'll be back on Wednesday. Chat Sports' Signing Day Palooza starting off at 10 o'clock Eastern with the Cam Rogers Show on Chat Sports Facebook Live. Join us later this afternoon here in the Michigan Football Report to check out all the 2018 news, recruiting rumors, whatever we got from the 2018 class. We'll have it for you right here at Chat Sports. See you then.